Well, hello, Science Warriors. Today we're going to be showing you how to create your science notebook. Today is going to be very instruction heavy, so be sure to pause the video whenever necessary so that you can catch up with where we are in the construction process. One thing you will need is this packet of papers that has a table of contents on the front and additional pages that explain different things throughout. This is one thing that you will definitely need. You will need scissors, glue, a pen, and a marker. You're going to need a colored sheet of paper. Each color is going to be representing a class period in the day, a blank sheet of paper. You're going to need your Classcraft Hero Pact and information, if you still have that. You're going to need your small copy of the it's not PowerPoint, the periodic table notes. And then the last thing will be one half of the keywords house sheet here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started so that we can keep this video to a minimal length. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our glue and we're going to put glue all around the edge of our notebook. Now, my glue is not working very well. If you have this problem, please feel free to let me know so that I can try to get you a different glue, or we can see if we can maybe share. Okay, if you use a lot of glue, the problem you're going to run into is that our cover, okay, will bleed through. So what we want to do is we want to line up this bottom edge corner here with the bottom edge corner there. So if we do that, get that as perfect as we can, and then press it down, this will make trimming this cover page easier in the long run. Okay, do you see how we don't get any bleed through? That's because I used a minimal amount of glue all over. You can see some wrinkles, that is okay, but it is up to you. All right, so now to cut off the excess, we need to open the notebook, and you will notice that we have a hangover of paper. Well, we're going to take our scissors, and we're going to use the cardboard cover as our means to cut this line straight. So I'm going to line up my scissors right up against the cardboard, and I'm going to cut. Let your scissors be guided by that cardboard. Okay, so you get a nice, clean, flush edge. Curve around the corner, and then all you have to do is again with the metal of the scissors up against the cardboard, and we chop off this little corner. Okay. Oh, excuse me. And now our notebook has its cover. So make sure you take a marker, or you can use pen or pencil. I prefer marker because it's easier to see, but I require only 3 bits of information to be on your journal, and they can go anywhere that you want, except for one thing. You need the word science to be very large on the cover of your notebook. It can go at the top, go at the bottom, or the middle, but it needs to be large. I like mine at the top. Then you need your first and last name. So Mr. Jones. Okay, and then the last thing we need is your class period. You can put this anywhere you like as well, but since I have all the class periods for science, I'm going to put them all down. So I have second, fourth, fifth, seventh, and eighth. Okay, so those are the three things that I require. The rest of the notebook is open for you to make drawings, doodles, whatever you prefer, so that you can make this your personal science journal. So that completes the cover. Okay, we're now going to open to the inside cover of the journal. And this is where you need your blank sheet of paper. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, and we are going to make a pocket. This is going to be our warm-up pocket, where we keep our warm-up papers all week. So to do this properly, you're going to need to take your paper and you're going to almost fold it in half. So see how this edge is longer than this? So line it up, crease it, okay, and that begins making our pocket. The next step is that we need to take this edge and fold them so that the pocket becomes nice and tight so things don't fall out. So we're going to take this edge and we're going to fold it towards this longer sheet or longer side. So I fold it over and crease it really, really well. Okay, so nice and crisp. Okay, you see that this will hold very tightly. Okay, we'll go to the other side, do the exact same thing. Remember, we want this pocket to be kind of large so that it can hold an entire sheet of paper. Okay, our warm-ups will need to be folded to probably fit in this, but we want it large enough to make that easy. So if we bring our journal back, okay, we're going to put it on this part, take our glue, and we're going to put glue on all four edges. Okay, if you feel it necessary, you can put a little bit here in the middle, just to give it some extra strength. All right, now the next part is very important. This pocket needs to go as low onto your book, on the inside cover of your journal, sorry, as you can make it. And smooth it out. I highly recommend that you take it and then you close the cover and press from this side so that your pressure can be even. We make sure everything kind of sticks nice and well. Okay, so you can now take your pen or a marker. We're going to label this pocket warm-ups. Also, put your name here. This way, if something happens to your cover, we'd have your name on the inside as well. All right, and then that completes that portion. Next, we're going to need your scissors again, and now your hero pact. You will need to read the pact, sign it, and date it. So I'm going to sign it, and then at the time of this video, it is still 8/31/17. Okay. This pact basically states that okay, you understand the rules and you agree to participate in the game until the end, and you will not leave the game along the way. Now, according to the instructions right here, okay, we've signed it. Okay, we're going to paste this into our interactive notebook, okay, or I call it the science journal. But first, we need to cut along these dotted lines. Okay, so that's done. And there we go. Okay, this particular part, you were instructed to put your username and password. Okay, you're to write it out here. This is for you to keep in a safe place that's not your journal. So you can fold that up and put that in your binder or wherever you feel it is best to keep. Okay, the instructions, all right, we can set them aside because they don't go in. But now the hero pact and our other sheet right here need to go into the notebook. So first, test it out. We're going to put this as close to the spine as we can. So there's kind of a good spot for it. And this paper, to fit properly, we're going to take it and we're going to fold it hot dog style. Okay, this way our information stays kind of hidden and it will fit right here. So now that we know that the fit works, we can actually paste. So since this is going paper to paper, we put a dot in each corner, maybe one in the middle, and I'm going to set it in here. Okay, it really does not take a lot of glue. Okay, this piece here, make sure that your information, username and password are written here. So if you do not have this and you have a fresh copy, be sure to add that. And I'm just going to put 3 dots. One on this end, one in the middle, and one on that end. Now, I paste that in on this page. Okay, as we let that kind of start to stick, we need to number the pages of our notebook. So this one, okay, you can put page numbers in this corner or in this corner. I prefer to go in this corner. So this is page 1. All right, turn the page. We now need to number this page 2 and this page 3. What goes on this page is the first page of your packet, which are going to be these 2 copies of the periodic table, of the table of contents. So all you have to do is simply cut them apart. All right. Take our glue. Place dots in the corners and in the middle. So that will finish this side. And then do the same for the other side. Okay. So our table of contents here, okay, as we do activities, you will need to put the item name. So left side would be this side of the journal. Right side is this side of the journal. So left side item, tell me what it is. You can put the page number. Then the right side item, so what would we find on this side, and its page number. So don't put table of contents here. That's not necessary. All right. That finishes that section. Now we go to pages 4 and 5, keeping up with the evens being over here, odds being over here. Adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. All right, we're going to go into our packet. And we're going to put some information to help us understand the journal just a little bit better. It's these papers right here, the one with the clock and the keys. So separate the two. And these pages here explain the purpose of the left side and right side of the journal. Left side is where we demonstrate our understanding of information, okay, by doing activities and different things, maybe quick writes, Venn diagrams, writing assignments, things of that nature. And the right side is for our factual information. This is where we can write notes or copy down vocab, things of that nature. So that we remember that purpose, we're going to glue right to here. Okay, and don't worry, mine has things on the back. These are unnecessary. Forgot to put one in the middle, but that's okay. As long as the corners are down, it should stay. All right, moving right along. Now we have pages 6 and 7. Okay, and then we get some information to help us with our notes that we'll be doing in class through our flipped videos. Okay, on the left side of this paper, we have Costa's levels of thinking. So this lets us develop a thinking style that goes from level 1, which is very simple. So think of it like easy questions on a test, to level 2, which get a little bit tougher, all the way to level 3, which is, okay, where we need to try to do most of our thinking at. All right, this is going to help you begin using STEM words. Okay, they are very hard to see on camera, if it'll focus. Okay, these STEM words will help you write your questions for your Cornell Notes. So eventually, in the future, you will be assigned to create questions of a certain level. Level 1, 2, and 3, and I will tell you how many of each. This paper here will help you do that correctly. Now for writing our summaries, make sure that the instructions given to you, okay, if you're doing this at home, make sure the instructions of the video tell you to do the summary. If I don't mention it, I don't want you to do this part yet. Okay, step by step, this shows you what you need to do in order to write a good summary of your notes. There are 7 steps. Okay, many of them are quite easy. There's also some templates down here that you can kind of work through if you need to. Okay, glue the Costa's level of thinking on the left. Make sure it doesn't hang out anywhere. And then the summary on the left. Or sorry, on the right. My bad. Okay, we're getting close. Page 8 and page 9. Okay, to give us even more help, we have these keyword houses. You only need one of these, you don't need two. So cut this apart. Take the extra, share it with someone at your table. If you don't have anyone for one, make sure you give it back to Coach Jones. And then this will go on page 8, so on the left side. If you notice, evens are on the left side, odds are on the right, so you can keep track. Will always be that way. All right, we're almost done. We have two more things to make sure we put in here. So we're going to turn the page. We're skipping page 9. We're going straight to page 10 and page 11. Page 11, we're going to glue our half sheet of the periodic table notes so that we do not lose them. If you were absent for this, make sure that you get a copy from me and have a classmate help you fill it out. Okay, now we're on to the last page. This one is going to be going here on the rear cover of the journal. Okay, what is going to go here is a periodic table. Now, let's make sure that we pay attention because there is other information on the back of this paper. Okay, these are formulas. For instance, we'll be using the density formula this year and the average speed. Net force and work will be the next, I believe, 7th and 8th grade. So what we want to do is we want to take this paper, we want to fold it hamburger style. Remember, hamburger is the fat way, hot dog is the skinny way. There we go. And we're going to glue this in just like this. Notice how when it's folded, this side is blank, which is perfect for our glue. Come on. There we go. And then we just flip this over and let it stick. Okay. So now you have a periodic table that opens whenever you need it. Close the journal, and we are going to let it sit. Now, if we have time, there's one more step we can do. Your notes, your Cornell notes that we had started in class, right here on these pages, 10 and 11. If time allows, we're going to create another pocket, just like the one we made for warm-ups. We can take our glue, make sure to go around all 4 edges to give us a nice, strong contact to the paper. Maybe a little bit in the middle if you feel it necessary. Again, we want to put this near the bottom edge somewhere. Okay, make sure it sits on the page well. Stick it down. Our papers for Cornell Notes are then going to fit in here. Both pages can. All right, and let's label it. Safety and elements. This way we know what is in this pocket. All right, now just close it up. Kind of give it a couple of squishes. And then your science notebook is ready to go. Now remember, your color will need to be the same as the rest of your classes. So do not change the physical color, but you can draw and color with markers and matte pencils however you like, as long as the background is this, not this, but the one for your class, you are good to go. And the back is up to you. All right, Science Warriors. Now our science journal is complete. You will be using this and needing this every day in science class. Some days we will use it heavily, some days we may not use it at all, but you need to have it because all of your notes and anything that you could possibly need science material wise is going to be right in here. Hope you guys have a great day. If you need to see this video again to finish your journal, make sure you do so because it is going to be due by the next class period when we meet.